welcome in, everybody. Fuller's Corner Podcast. We are coming to y'all live from
The
the
road.
highway, the freeway, highway, road, whatever you want to call it. We're currently headed to Plano, Texas. For those of you that don't know, that's a suburb, I guess you could say, of Dallas, Fort Worth. I believe it's north. It's around, like, I guess, North Dallas. Uh, can't think right now. I think Addison, places like that. Frisco is right next to it. That's where the Cowboys, with they trash asses,
Oh Lord.
I think that's where their practice facilities are, which is weird. I don't know why their practice facilities are in Frisco, but they play in Arlington. That's a headache.
Why
But
not practice at your game facility?
well, everybody has like practice facilities,
Oh,
but it's just weird to me that it's in a whole
different
another
place.
part of DFW area, and they're not close. I don't think by a long shot. But anyway, yeah, man, we on the road, y'all. We headed down there just to hang out a little bit, get away from the kids, get away from life. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too expensive. Even though everything is expensive nowadays, we're gonna do some things. Try to create a little vlog for y'all with everything that we end up doing and put it together. But today, we wanted to talk about a little video that I saw. It was this lady, and it's kind of old. She was cooking for her husband in the kitchen. She had a nice little sundress on. Trying to look good for her man, if you will. And she was cooking for him, and she handed him the plate and was like, "Hey," or the caption on the video, it read, "How to keep your man from cheating." And then she started twerking and all that kind of stuff. And long story short, they're basically like adult filmmakers, if you will. But they're like the 2024 ones, because like when we was coming up, you used to classify a a porn star as a porn star, but now,
Yeah.
I mean, can we say that like OnlyFans people are? I mean, they're technically porn stars, but
Right? Because that's under the same umbrella.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know. And I'm pretty sure they have some type of different
yeah.
technical term because there's always more than one way to skin a cow
Sexual
or
influencers.
whatever, however the saying is. Yeah, like
Yeah,
who knows what they're technically called at
yeah.
this point, this day and age.
So it's funny. There's two conversations that can be had about this. The first one is getting to the the meat of the post, I guess you can say, which is, can you really keep your man or your woman from cheating by doing, excuse me, everything that I'm assuming that they ask of you?
No.
Short answer for me is no. What's the short answer for you?
No.
No.
You can't keep nobody from doing something that they want to do. And that's all it boils down to.
Yeah.
Like, growing and learning and evolving taught me that when somebody cheat, that don't 9 times out of 10 it ain't got nothing to do with you and everything to do with them.
Yeah.
Like, a man or a woman is gonna cheat because they want to,
Yep.
and because of whatever they got going on within themselves. It ain't got nothing to do with the person that they with, man or woman. Like, if a woman want to cheat, she gonna cheat. If a man want to cheat, he gonna cheat, regardless of how good of a spouse you are. And I think a lot of people have to realize that, like, because of course that's the first thing you do is question yourself if your spouse cheat on you, or what did I do, or
Yeah.
what did I not do.
Now, to be fair though, there are some people who will pit one in a corner and make them do something crazy like
Oh
that.
yeah.
However, the act of the actual cheating, it's never the person that ain't cheating's fault, because
Yeah.
that's like just,
You can't make them go out and lay
yeah,
with somebody. You
there's
can't
no
make them.
justifying it no matter what that person has done to you.
Yes.
unless I guess they probably did it to you, then you really can't be like this. Oh my God, you cheated! I can't believe that you did the same thing that I did to you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's really the only way I could see you justifying completely cheating. But outside of that, it's like, of course, from our experience, that was sadly we do have an experience with this, and of course it was me, but it's one of them deals like, I look back on it and I felt like I had this reason, I had that reason, I had this reason, but at the end of the day, the best thing for a person to do is to first of all address it, and secondly, if it's tempting you that much, if the devil done got into your brain that much, the enemy done got in your thought system that much, then you might need to consider, is this worth it? Is this before I, what I'm saying, hurt somebody? It's funny, we was just listening to that Donnell Jones song about him, wanting to be with, what was he saying? Like,
he'd rather lead than to cheat.
yeah, he'd rather lead than to cheat. Exactly.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's easier said than done. It's like telling your kid, you know, if you get into a scuffle or anything, or somebody wants to fight you, just walk away. You know what I mean? It's one of them kind of things. But at the same time, the fact of the matter is that's the best resolution. You know what I'm saying?
And then, but I feel like with cheating, there's a build up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't just one day be like, oh, I'm finna go do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's most of the time I feel like it's premeditated. Like,
yeah,
you're having this outside conversation with this person.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point to where y'all hook up, or even just the conversation is that's, to me, that's cheating. If you having conversation with somebody outside of your spouse,
that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day.
Look, because cheating can.
What is the definition of
What
cheating?
is the definition of cheating to you? Because everybody's perspective is different.
Yeah.
But for me, if you're having this conversation with this person, and this relationship type conversation, you already cheating. But you've spent time having these conversations, and it's done built up to y'all laying up together. So you could have cut ties with the person you with before it got that far gone.
Jaguars into ecstasy.
Oh Lord.
We're gonna have to hit that on the way back. You hear me?
You see that whole squirrel moment?
You hear me?
Ain't no.
No, yeah. I heard everything you said. You're exactly right. But,
so yeah, leave that person before it gets that far gone, if that's what you know you finna do.
Absolutely. And there's also another element to this, and this is coming from experience. If you feel like your spouse is giving you a reason to maybe do something you ain't got no business doing, there's also a seed that's already been planted, and that seed is called lust. You've already kind of dealt with, maybe in the past or in the present, whatever, with a lust problem. You know what I mean? And I think that's another thing that people don't really focus in on, is some women just think, oh, or men, man, it's me. I don't look good enough. I don't this. I don't that. I don't whatever. And that might be the case, but at the same time, it's like the person that you're with, you got to really study them and really try to pick up on what their habits and mannerisms are, because mannerisms, I may say mannerisms are because it's one of those deals, like, if they already kind of show, go back to this. Most people, when you first meet a person, you know what I mean? Was he like one of them dogs with his tongue out?
A dog in heat.
Yeah, a dog in heat, trying
to everywhere.
Yeah, and you like the attention, and he made you laugh and all this and that. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about those kinds of things. Like, how was the initial relationship initiated? You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like those dudes that are intellectual and want to talk to you and all that, when they cheat on you, it's worse because you wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
But the dudes that kind of already have a lusting problem, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, hell, you kind of get what you paid for, essentially.
Because you can't change nobody. A lot of people get with a person and they be like, okay, this is how they are now, But if we get into a serious relationship, I can change them
Yeah.
to be more of how they should be, or how I feel like they should be, or they won't be so lustful, or
Yeah.
they'll have everything in me, so they won't feel the need to go out looking elsewhere. Look, especially if you
Exactly.
didn't got with somebody, if you with somebody now, you in a relationship with somebody now, and y'all got together by that person cheating on who they was with at the time,
Yeah.
and
What you
now you
expect?
calling this person your man or your woman. What you expect them to do? If you got them by cheating, why you think you ain't gonna lose them by cheating? Like, a person's not gonna
Absolutely.
change if they don't want to change.
Hmm.
So I mean, you gotta watch that too, and that's karma though. How you get them is how you will lose them too. So you gotta tread lightly on that one.
So let's just break it down like this. How do you keep a person from cheating?
You don't.
You
You
don't.
you don't. You be the best individual you can be within the relationship. You make sure you are doing everything with good intentions, and like,
Yeah.
you are being genuine in your part in the relationship. And if that's not good enough for the person, then you need to go find you the right person.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. I mean, there is a element of this though. You have to put your best foot forward in the relationship.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You can't expect. Uh, you can't go out and give the bare minimum and expect for somebody to be 100% just, oh my god, like I'm head over heels for you.
Oh yeah. Now
You know
definitely,
what I
if
mean?
you slacking, if you look, if you ain't cooking, you ain't cleaning, you ain't doing laundry, you ain't keeping yourself up,
Yeah.
you ain't there, you have a long list of what you ain't doing compared to what you are doing, then yeah, not saying cheating is ever okay, but at the same time, what do you expect if you just ain't?
Yep.
Especially
Listen.
for a man, like, not to say y'all are I don't know, but I mean, men are visual beings. If you just walking around looking a hot mess 24/7, 365, yeah, he gonna get tired of that. And then you got all these other women in the world that are making sure they dress nice, they smell good, her look good. Like, of course, he's gonna have a wandering eye because you ain't giving him nothing to look at.
I'm gonna break it down like this, at least from a man's perspective. This is my opinion. If y'all got a different opinion or slightly different or complete different, whatever, let me know in the comments. But this is what I say. It's two main reasons why a man cheats, and they're both ironically they start with the letter L. The first one is of course lust. We just went over that. Lust. Lust is what triggers anything,
Sexually.
sexually or that puts that seed in your mind that wants you to what's the doggone word for it? To commit adultery or cheat on your girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
So number one is lust. Number two is laziness. Laziness is one of the most deadly and underrated reasons why a man will cheat. You just explained some of the reasons just now. Um, I'll give some of my reasons. When a female is lazy, it can it can really make a man just feel like, man, like, what are you doing it for? What are we doing this for? Like, what men have this preconceived notion that we can go out and get anything we want. When if I had to pick between a man and woman, a female probably has that opportunity more than a man.
Yeah.
But at the same time too, you know, laziness, like cooking, cleaning, what I mean, staying on top of your stuff, like you just said, taking care of your grooming and all that kind of stuff, your hygiene and all that. Sexual laziness, you know what I mean? Like Kendrick Lamar had a famous quote. He said, he basically like said like giving giving oral will would fix all of our problems in this world. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
it's one of them things like, and I feel like woman or male, like, um, I don't know about that, but it's like, yeah, man, like what person do you know that's in a bad mood that, gets those types of uh um luxuries in their relationship, I don't see it hurting it, you know what I mean? Anything sexual, because this is your partner.
Yeah.
But yeah, laziness and lust are definitely top on my list. I think those exceed any other reason. You got your oh, I was drunk, you know what I'm saying? I was feeling lonely or whatever. The attention thing. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the number one with the females is the attention
Yeah,
thing.
and that's what I was gonna say for ladies. Lazy is
Or
definitely
at least they
one.
try to hide behind that because a lot of them deal with the same issues
Yeah,
with lust. You know what I'm saying? Like you just wanted to screw that dude. You didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like
and
stop with the
yeah,
whole he wasn't getting. No, you wanted to screw him. But nah, go ahead.
I mean, I definitely feel like there's that with women. I think that's not it's not as likely as it is with men. But laziness, yes, because don't know. Or if you are a grown man and your woman is getting up, going to work every day, working 8 to 12 hour shifts, and your butt don't want to bring in nothing. First of all, ladies, why are we staying with men that don't want to work? Forget cheating on them. Why are you with them? You willing to get up and make the money, but he wanted to lay up and play the game all day. No, or
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote hustle. Boy, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and of course the emotional part of it. Like if you men, ladies, I feel like for the most part we are very simple. You give us attention and affection, you can't go wrong. Know what your woman likes. If she likes to be touched, if she likes to be she wants you to give her positive affirmations and compliment her all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's simple. But if you just completely ignore those things, why wouldn't she cheat? Again, just leave. But a lot of women, that's their answer. Well, let me just step out real quick so I can let him know that I got options and I'm not finna sit around and keep begging him and waiting on him.
Yeah.
So let me do this, and so he'll know that I'm not playing.
Mm-hmm.
But laziness and just if you just are being oblivious to what she's asking for,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a little attention is not asking for too much.
No, not at all. Not at all. And in a lot of situations, you got the man that's saying, "Oh, she always wants for attention," but you don't even give her a little attention. So
Exactly.
it
You
can
ripping around
backfire.
in the streets and on giving more attention to the daggone game than you are
Yeah,
her.
and it happens to dudes as well. Like
Yeah.
somebody, especially in 2024, you got all these woke women and independent women and all that, as they should be. But at the same time, some of this stuff comes with a price, and a lot of these women's careers are just more important than a relationship.
Mm,
I saw the other day, Adele had got a prenup, got Rich Paul to sign a prenup and all that stuff. And I get it, what I mean? I definitely used to be completely against prenups and all that, but now that I kind of understand life a little more, I understand it, but at the same time too, it's harder to understand from people who have money and stuff like that because it's just like, you know, y'all could lose it all today and y'all know how to get it back better than anybody.
hmm
Easier said than done because
Or you have the platform to get it back,
yeah,
basically.
exactly. We don't have that luxury, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, not to get off into the weeds, but yeah, man, I feel like, you know, attention, like you said, lust,
Laziness,
laziness, you know,
lack of priorities.
yeah,
Like
lack of priorities,
some
yeah,
people they put everybody else above their spouse,
yeah,
and that's a problem.
mm-hmm,
Like at some point, yes, you have the family that you come from, but when you are trying to create a family,
mm-hmm,
you gotta that comes first.
yep,
Like don't ignore the family you come from. Don't just throw them to the wayside, but the family that you have created, that comes first. Your
Absolutely.
wife and your children, that comes first. Like brothers, sisters, cousins, mamas, daddies, like yes, that's still your family, but your home base, that has to come first. And that messes a lot of people up too, I feel like, because they want to keep running back and taking care of everybody else, but
Yep.
you not taking care of home.
Yep.
Your priorities got to be in order.
Absolutely. We just hit the 20-minute mark. Let's go another 20 minutes and let's dive into this whole conversation about the explicitness that we see on the internet. And now we seeing it with married couples. The young lady that I spoke about, well, she was somewhat young, probably 40, maybe. Um, Seemed like she was really, really happy being married. But when I tell you, I clicked on that Twitter, I saw everything but a holy woman
Mm.
and a holy man. You know what I mean? Not judging them, but I think it's a conversation to be had about, because these two individuals in my short amount of researching, because like I said, it was really explicit, not for even a married man's eyes to see, even though you kind of see it all. Still, you don't need to be watching that kind of stuff. They had young children. You know what I mean? And when I say young, I don't mean like babies. I mean like our kids' age, 10 through probably 16, 17. They probably got some grown kids out here. Who knows?
Yeah.
But what? Let me ask you something. Like, was there ever a point in your life to where you wondered about your mom as far as um like if she was lonely, she didn't have a boyfriend. If she did have a boyfriend, um, did you ever wonder, like, is he treating her right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
is she good? Now that we're adults now, I know when we
Yeah.
was kids, you didn't know about all that other stuff, all that grown folks business. But
Yeah.
did it ever cross your mind, like, what are these grown folks doing? Like, you know what I mean? Did that ever cross your mind?
It did because it was so. I think there was only three. There was three men.
Mm-hmm.
My mama, or yeah, I think maybe
That's
three men
that's
that
super
she,
low.
yeah, that she introduced us to. I'm not saying three men that she had
Dealt with, yeah,
dealt with, but that we got to see her with,
yeah,
because which I commend every mother for that. Don't bring everybody around your kids if you're a single mama.
yeah.
But anyway, we ain't gonna get off topic. Um, there was three, so whenever somebody did come, I was like, okay, for me, yes, because I feel like I've always been very territorial. Like, you better not hurt my mama feelings.
Yeah,
Like that was my thinking as a kid. Like, and then of course, whenever we didn't see him no more, it's like, did he do something to make my mama mad? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. You know, sex is a crazy thing because I remember this girl in pre-K. We was on like the playground and she was like, uh, I heard my mom and daddy hunching last night or something like that. Or my mama hunching. That's
Hunching.
what she said, my
Wow.
mama hunching, because I don't think she had her dad there. But,
Yeah.
with me having a married mom and dad, like, you definitely don't want to think about nothing like that. And you
Yeah.
damn sure don't want to hear nothing like that. But it is a thought that ran through my head, like, like, damn, like, it almost make you feel like, say for instance, my biological dad, like, did you just use my mom for
Mm,
what she was worth at the time and then move on to the next? Because obviously that's what kept your ass from, you know what I'm saying? Dang, is the speed limit 55?
mm.
Let me slow my ass down.
Look, because he's sitting there waiting to pull
Wait.
somebody over.
But yeah, it always ran across my mind, like, you know what I mean? Make sure he ain't got down. But yeah, like now that when I became an adult and I was like, man, uh Like, basically, you either out here just screwing on everything or you married. You know what I'm saying? Or you
Yeah.
got a girlfriend. You know, so it would always run across my mind those types of things. And I'm gonna tie all that in by saying this. Now these kids can hop on Twitter. They can hop on Instagram. They can hop on TikTok. They can hop on OnlyFans and see their parents or whoever doing freaky stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all out in the open. Like,
and I just don't understand not caring about that.
yeah.
Like, our son, who is 13, was like, this one day, he was like, some of my friends said they be watching y'all YouTube. And I was like, why? We ain't talking about nothing entertaining for no kids.
Nah.
But the fact that it has popped up on their YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine being on here showing all of me for my 13-year-old son or one of his friends to come across it. Like,
that's crazy.
Mentally, how do you not think about that? Like, how do you not, like, first of all, do you know how that would mess up a child?
Yeah. It's one thing to know, like, I had friends out there that had moms that had a bunch of boyfriends, and maybe they heard some stuff they ain't had no business hearing, maybe not. I hope not. But it's one thing to know that it's happening, but you ain't seeing it.
Yes.
And to know it's happening, you seeing it, and it will make me crash out. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be effed up.
For real.
I'll be out here, yeah. If I known they didn't care like that, man. Please.
Cause look, as a kid, what you gonna tell me? You out here doing all types of stuff on the internet. How you gonna tell me what I can and can't do, or what's right and what's wrong,
Boy,
when you got your whole body out there for the world to see?
And the sad thing is they married. So even with all that being said, it's almost like at least they married. You know what I'm saying? At least this is the only person you seeing them do this with. We ain't even speaking on the kids that just got moms or just got dads that's just out here.
But to me, that makes it worse. Like, y'all are a married couple. Y'all are really in a union. Y'all supposed to be sharing that with each other.
Yeah.
And y'all are bringing the world into y'all bedroom.
Yeah. It's nothing sacred no more.
No, and that, look, Not, like, that is just crazy. Like, and then to know that kids, babies, can see this. Your son gonna get bullied at school because these kids over there talking about they done seen his mama.
I'm gonna hit your mama.
Butt naked. Busting it wide open.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that leg up on your mama.
Like,
they can't even defend themselves.
I can't even imagine what because kids are cruel, and nowadays they on a whole nother level from when we.
And now they got bait. It's like, you can't even blame the kid for trolling no kid like that. Because what you expect the kid to do?
You gave these kids the ammo to come and bully your child.
Yeah, you the grown up. You the one supposed to have your stuff in line.
Because kids gonna be kids.
Exactly.
They are going to be kids. And you didn't already you put it out there. You can't be mad at them. You gotta be mad at yourself.
Man, that crap is beyond me. I'm telling you, when I saw it, because it just threw me off because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
I ain't saying that they couldn't have had, like, they could have had one, and it's just like, okay, yeah, it's just the OnlyFans. You got to pay to see us.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about, they had so much stuff on Twitter, I was like, how are you making money?
Because anybody can click on that. Like,
yeah.
That's free to whoever.
And it was everything. They was doing everything. And I'm like,
how is that even on Twitter? Like, I don't have Twitter. Like,
Twitter is bad. Twitter is bad. Twitter is horrible. Yeah. Twitter is the worst out of all of them, I would say.
Like, how is that allowed? Is what I'm
Yeah, Twitter is crazy.
Because, like, TikTok, they flagging you. Like, it's stuff that gets by.
Now it's called X. That don't make it no better.
Yeah. Like, TikTok stuff gets flagged. Stuff still ciphers through. But it's like you can't just do whatever, however, which is how it should be.
Nah, yeah. And they got the little, oh, are you 18 or whatever? And I'm like, What is that gonna do?
Listen, I was on Shein shopping, and I was looking for some bralettes, and they stopped me and asked me if I was 18. So of course, yes, I'm way over 18, so I click yes. But for a kid,
Yeah.
that's easy, and there's no
Yeah.
verify. Like, duh, they gonna click yes and keep going.
How many kids is clicking that like or thinking about it like, should I lie? I really don't.
Yeah,
Man.
especially these little teenage boys, these little preteen boys that just is discovering things. Like,
Yeah.
come on now. But yeah, it's just too. It's too much.
Yeah.
Like when you go to a Pornhub or something, that's what you're going there for. Like that's what's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be there.
Yep.
All these other ones that shouldn't be there.
That was another thing on their Instagram. They had the link tree, had Pornhub, OnlyFans,
On the link
Snapchat.
tree for their Instagram.
Yeah. Snapchat, all these other ones too. I was like,
Mm.
wow.
And then,
Wow.
like you said, like how are you making money if you got it all on these free
Yeah.
platforms?
Yeah, I'm talking about, yeah. But I mean that's probably the new format. I mean, people got to remember when it come to porn, it's like because when I was a kid, I mean, I guess you could say like I was somewhat addicted to it. I feel like any teenage boy at some point you kind of get somewhat addicted to porn
Because if you get a taste of it, you're gonna keep.
yeah, and most of them you ain't had no nookie yet, so not that that's gonna stop it, but it definitely keeps things in perspective. When a boy becomes a man, now you got to go to work. Now you got to do this, do that. Now you are able to go out and get a little meow. You know what I'm saying? Like it slows it down. But for a kid that ain't got nothing to do and you ain't got none and your little testosterone is at an all-time high and only gonna go down from that all-time high, yeah, for sure. I feel like that's probably the biggest thing. Ain't no feel. Porn is like the biggest thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? What's the freaking word for it? I don't know why I can't think right now. I guess because I'm driving.
Yeah, you got too much going on at one time.
Yeah. I was gonna say sinning wise, but I ain't want to make it sound all that bad like that. But it is bad. Secular. That was the freaking word I was looking for.
Okay.
It's the most secular thing ever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's porn and then there's everything else.
Especially now, because it's like you just have access to it everywhere. Like when you was a kid, you was probably sneaking magazines from your brother and the Playboy channel or something stupid.
My mom caught me with a magazine. That was one of the worst feelings ever.
Because then she know you doing wrong.
Yeah.
Ain't no sneaking when you get caught.
At least you know I wasn't sweet.
Oh.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but hey. But yeah, man, seriously, it's crazy, man. Ain't no filters no more.
And there's not at all.
Ain't no holding back no more.
And it's sad because
it's all out there.
It makes it hard for you to control what your child is exposed to.
Yeah. And that's another thing. I want to talk about this briefly. This one girl on Facebook, she was asking, her son is about our son's age. So I'm guessing he has a phone because she was asking, when do you give a kid social media? And, I was going to respond. I literally came up with like 4 or 5 ways to respond. I wasn't doing crap, just doodling. And I didn't comment on none of her stuff. Because she one of them people, I've kept up with her a little bit. She one of them people who just let people comment, but don't really say nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I guess she thinks she's famous or something like that. I don't know. I'll tell you who it is after this. But, I was seeing what people were saying and all that, and they was like giving all these answers, 13, 14, blah, 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 in high school. And I was just sitting there thinking, like I told you the other day, and I told my buddy, bro, once you give them a phone, it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, stop with the trying to, oh, well, I want to give him this, but I ain't going to get him that. Man, bro, you done already, listen, you know what I'm saying?
You
We
gave
going
him the
through
portal.
that. Yeah, you gave him the portal. Exactly. We going through that right now. You know what I mean? Like, with our daughter, had to take her iPad. You just got to take it because, yeah, you got to remind these kids, like, yeah, like, this is real life out here. Like, and I told her the other day, this is a weapon. This iPad, this phone, these are weapons. These are like guns. These are worse than guns. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, cell phones damage way more people on a yearly basis than a gun. You know what I mean? So, you know, I say all that to say, you know, we can try our best to keep it from them, but due to adults like what we talking about that want to have OnlyFans and stuff and
putting stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, putting stuff on Twitter, and they married, and they supposed to be quote unquote good examples. You know what I mean? Like, it's out there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's out there. Hell, I ain't saying give a kid no phone or nothing like at 5 or 6 years old, but it's almost like you gotta make sure that they up to date. It's just like an update on your phone. You gotta make sure they up to date to what's going on. Because one thing is guaranteed to that girl that didn't want her son to be exposed to social media. He gonna see it at school.
Yep. And that's what I was gonna say. Like, our son, we have a restriction on his phone. He can't just download anything. It comes through me first, so it'll send an alert to my phone. If I approve it, he can download it. Apps, all of that. But when his friends send him messages, that don't come through me.
Yeah.
So yes, I may be being able to filter what he can put on his phone himself. But them little knucklehead friends of his, when they get to sending stuff in the messages, it's free game.
Yep.
And it's always gonna be that one friend that's got too much freedom, and they feel like, okay, now let me share this with everybody else.
Exactly.
And I can't stop that.
Nope.
I can stop what my son is putting on his phone himself. But what comes to it, I can't filter that.
Can't do nothing about it.
I can't do nothing about it.
So, hey, be mindful of these things, folks. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have these conversations early. Let them know we're about to start having these conversations. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, you can't stop. It's 3 things you can't stop in life. No, 4 things. God, taxes, death, and the internet. And the internet is basically the enemy.
Yeah. At
you know
this
what I mean?
point, it's good and bad.
Yeah.
You can learn good and bad from it.
It's mostly bad though.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, it's up to us. We the adults in the room. Are we coming to a time to where we can't even use that phrase no more? Where's the adult in the room?
Man.
You know, Cam Newton, I'm not a big Cam Newton fan, but he had this one instance where this kid was trying to troll him at a flag football game. And what I loved about how he addressed that kid, he said, he kept repeating this bold statement. He kept saying, "Where is your dad? Where is your dad? Where is your dad?" And I'm trying to tell y'all that made my heart melt, if you will. Like, no homo.
Oh,
seriously, like, I was like,
yes,
bro, that's
real.
what needs to be said to a goddamn kid. Where your daddy at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because somebody need to yank you up real quick.
And I guarantee you, he ain't gonna have the energy that you got. You feel me? He may have taught you that way, but when he actually see a man and he look me eye to eye, he gonna change his tune.
Yeah.
I remember one of my friends got in a little altercation with another mutual friend. He was a youngster. He had like a little Charger or car or something like that. And my other buddy that's around our age, he hit it. Well, long story short, they got into it because he wasn't trying to pay my other partner, which he was wrong for that. He should have done what he needed to do, and I think he ultimately did what he needed to do. But one time we was chilling at my other homie's house, and the youngster, like I said, he was fresh out of high school. This fool gonna call up his daddy to come with him and come and reinforce, if you will. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So his daddy walked up in there. It's about, 7, 8 dudes in there. You know what I'm saying? Me, some of my other partners, and the dude that one of my partners, the partner that hit his car. We up in there, we chilling. You know what I'm saying? His dad come in. He ain't hostile. He ain't, you know what I'm saying, trying to start nothing. And they talked about it like men, because one thing that he knew, that if he wanted the smoke was there. And his dad was like fresh out and all that. I'm like, bro, like what is your dad finna do but go back to jail?
Exactly.
Even if he did something, you know what I'm
Especially
saying?
to come save you when you probably the one in the wrong. No.
Yeah. The way he was going about it and approaching him, he was definitely in the wrong. Like, say for instance, if it was me and he would have hit my car, I would have came to him like a man. Ain't no none of that. Oh, you gonna pay? No, we gonna do this.
We're gonna figure
like
this out.
Men. Now you get crazy or something, yeah, I'm probably gonna slap you. And I'm gonna really slap you. You know what I'm saying? Not like what he was threatening them with. Like, you know how them youngsters.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, some of them youngsters out there, you better do right by them. Cause they ain't got nothing to lose. You hear me? They got everything to lose, but they ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I love to see that. I love to see when the adult is in the room.
And being the adult.
And holding minors accountable.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But now we have reached the level to where we are going to have minors controlling adults.
Yeah. Because the adults done lost their mind too.
Lost their goddamn mind. You know what I'm saying?
Like, where is the sense that God gave you? Where is it?
Right there. It's all gone.
For real.
It's all gone.
It's been taken over by money, likes, and subscribers.
Money, likes, attention. Oh man, it is ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
No.
Fame is a hell of a drug.
Man. And for what?
Yeah.
For what?
And this ain't even like real fame. This is internet fame.
Yeah. Like, people don't know you like that.
Yeah.
And why do you want people to know you like that for having your tail out? Bending it over and letting your stuff breathe. Ain't that what she said?
Yeah,
Sexy Red said? Like, no.
Yeah. Hell, you thought Sexy Red was bad. Trust me, she ain't got nothing on these folks.
We gotta do better, y'all.
We gotta do better, y'all. Man, we gonna get back on this road. You know what I'm saying? Well, we still on the road.
We're gonna get back to focusing on the road.
You know what I'm saying? And talking about what we're gonna do while we're here. I had to do this. We've been kind of slacking this past week and a half or so. You know what I'm saying? This is an affirmation for y'all out here. Like, stop what you're doing and get something done. You know what I mean? Like, we on the road.
Get something done while you getting something else done.
Yeah, while you getting something else done.
Kill two birds with one stone.
We could have brought all the equipment and all that, man. We got a $25 Amazon mic hooked up to my cell phone, and we getting it in. And guess what? It's going to be easier to upload. That's the convenience of having the phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to upload, and it's still pretty doggone good quality. So don't make excuses. If you need to get it done, get it done. You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all please like and subscribe. Got anything to say, man?
Let us know how y'all feel on this topic.
Yeah, please do.
I feel like we covered a lot.
Please do. Please do. We love y'all, man. Fullest Corner Podcast, where we give experience, not advice. The best advice comes from experience. We are signing off. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Bye.